I love bugs. It's so good to be back. I have a few more books to read, react to, review. The first one is The Tawny Scrawny Lion. Look at this. What does tawny mean? What does scrawny mean? All right, let's get started. The Tawny Scrawny Lion, a little golden book by Katherine Jackson. Pictures by Gustav Tengren. Once there was a tawny, scrawny, hungry lion who never could get enough to eat. I wonder if you ever feel that way. I felt that way before. It's usually on days when we have a big feast coming. I tend to save room, as you say, but you end up getting hungrier and feeling just bearish, right? Like a lion, like a tawny, scrawny, hungry lion. All right. He chased monkeys on Monday, kangaroos on Tuesday, zebras on Wednesday. Hey, what's your idea about zebras? Black on white or white on black? I love kangaroos. They're adorable with the baby joeys. Or I guess just joeys, right? Because it wouldn't be a baby because that's what it is. It's a joey. All right. Bears on Thursday, camels on Friday, and on Saturday, elephants. Camels, a one hump or a two hump, I wonder. What's your favorite, a one hump or a two hump camel? I've ridden a two hump camel. Actually, I think I've ridden a one hump camel too. Now I think about it. I'm going to go two hump. That's my personal opinion. And since he caught everything he ran after, that lion should have been as fat as butter. But he wasn't at all. The more he ate, the scrawnier and hungrier he grew. The other animals didn't feel one bit safe. They stood at a distance and tried to talk things over with the Tawny Scrawny Lion. And this is what I'd say. Listen, friend, I can make you some cookies. Although I don't think that a lion would want my cookies or brownies. But I would try to convince him, right? Because that's what they did. They stood at a distance to try to talk things over with the Tawny Scrawny Lion. Hey, buddy, listen, I'm not your type. I have a second hump, and the second hump's kind of yucky. You're not going to want to try to eat me. Maybe the elephant told him, oh, you know what, though? Have you ever been to Oregon Coast? They have something called the elephant ear. It's a dessert. It's so good. Maybe that's what the Tawny Scrawny Lion thought. It was one of those cinnamon sugar elephant ears. Those things are so yummy. I had one once. It was so good I had to go back the next day and get another one. It's all your fault for running away, he grumbled. If I didn't have to run for every single bite I get, I'd be fat as butter and sleek as satin. Then I wouldn't have to eat so much and you would last longer. Just then, a fat little rabbit came hopping through the forest, picking berries. All the big animals looked at him and grinned slyly. Oh, what do you think they're thinking? What were they plotting? Rabbit, they said. Oh, you lucky rabbit. We appoint you to talk things over with the lion. He's got to try to convince the lion not to eat them. We'll see how well he does. Also, isn't it interesting, I should say, that the bunny is holding something? What do you think he's holding, and why is he holding it? That made the little rabbit feel very proud. What shall I talk about? He asked eagerly. Any old thing, said the big animals. The important thing is to go right up close. Oh, they are monstrous. What would happen if you're a rabbit and you get real close to a lion, I wonder? A hungry, scrawny, tawny lion. A quick as the wind lion. Man, they really did have a plot, didn't they? So the fat little rabbit hopped right up to the big hungry lion and counted his ribs. You look much too scrawny to talk things over, he said. So how about supper at my house first? Look at the lion's face. What do you think he's feeling? What emotion is coming up? I think he's surprised, alarmed, taken aback, aghast. Why? Why, I wonder? Why does he have that look? What's for supper? Asked the lion. The little rabbit said, carrot stew. That sounded awful to the lion. Blah. And after my own heart. I'm not really big on vegetables. Are you coming at But the little rabbit said, "Yes, sir. My 5 fat sisters and my 4 fat brothers are making a delicious big carrot stew right now." "What are we waiting for?" cried the lion. And he went hopping away with the little rabbit, thinking of 10 fat rabbits and looking just as jolly as you please. "Well," grinned all the big animals, "that should take care of Tawny Scrawny for today." Wait a minute, is he going there to eat the carrot stew, do you think? Or does he have another ulterior plan? Let's find out. Before very long, the lion began to wonder if they would ever get to the rabbit's house. First, the fat little rabbit kept stopping to pick berries and mushrooms and all sorts of good-smelling herbs. Honestly, you shouldn't complain. That is incredible. When somebody's giving you fresh herbs and berries, take your time. Take your time. And when his basket was full, what did he do but flop down on the riverbank? "Wait a bit," he said. "I want to catch a few fish for the stew." That was almost too much for the hungry lion. That's kind of how I feel on Christmas Day, Thanksgiving Day, my birthday. I'll throw that one in there too. Wait. Especially when you know something good is coming. Oh, look at his face. Oh, he's got that pinched up face. There we go. That's a good one. Do you ever get a face like that? Let me see your best face. Let me see your grouchy, hungry, I'm hungry face. Let me see your I'm hungry face. It's pretty good. For a moment, he thought he would have to eat that one little rabbit then and there. But he kept saying, 5 fat sisters and 4 fat brothers, over and over to himself. 5 fat sisters and 4 fat brothers. 5 fat sisters and 4 fat brothers. And at last, the 2 were on their way home. "Here we are," said the rabbit, hopping around a turn with the lion close behind him. Sure enough, there was the rabbit's house with a big pot of carrot stew bubbling over an open fire. That rabbit was telling the truth. And sure enough, there were 9 more fat, merry little rabbits hopping around it. Look at his eyes. He couldn't believe it. It was like, wow, Christmas mornings. He has that Christmas mornings look. And when they saw the fish, they popped them into the stew, along with the mushrooms and herbs. The stew began to smell very good indeed. It does. When you have soup going or even just stock, it awakens all your senses. It's comforting. What do they have? They have some fish. He just threw that in there. It looks like a potato. Maybe some broccolini. I don't know. I like it. What did he bring? You know, when you're a guest somewhere, you should probably bring something. It's just something nice to do. Flowers, a dessert, kind word. And when they saw the Tawny Scrawny Lion, they gave him a big bowl of hot stew. And then they hopped around so busily that really it would have been quite a job for that tired, hungry lion to catch even one of them. So he gobbled his stew, but the rabbits filled his bowl again. And when he had eaten all he could hold, he heaped his bowl with berries. Wait a minute, what's going on here? I thought he didn't like berries. I thought he didn't like carrot soup. I think he was being polite, which is honestly the nice thing to do. In my class, we used to have a no thank you bite. Once a week, we would do a letter tasting of the week. And so I would have a sign-up list. And if the letter of the week was G, we would have Gouda and grapes and grapefruit and ganache and gnocchi, and try all of them. And the kids would have to have a no thank you bite. But from their first bite, they could tell me if they wanted it, more of it, I should say, or no thank you, they were done. It was completely up to them, but that's what a no thank you bite was. But I always would remind you that it takes the body at least 3 bites to decide if you really like something. The first bite is an introduction bite. It's letting your body know that this is something new and you're starting to get the flavor of it. The second bite is now like the identifying bite. And you probably know by this bite when you get a little bit older, but this is the like reintroduction bite. Oh yeah. Now I'm picking it notes of cinnamon, and I like cinnamon, and oh, I can taste a little oat, and I like oat, or no, I don't want any of the cardamom, or whatever is in there. And on the third bite, you for sure know if you like it or don't like it. Yep, nope, I don't like this, or oh, actually, I really, really like this. This is something that I enjoy. So I would just suggest maybe giving something at least 3 bites, a 3-bite minimum. Introduction bite, establishing bite, 100% sure bite, right? It's just an idea. Anyway, do with that what you want. What do I know? And when the berries were gone, the Tawny Scrawny Lion wasn't scrawny anymore. He felt so good and fat and comfortable that he couldn't even move. Glutton. They're done that. Have the shirt to prove it. Actually do have a Thanksgiving shirt somewhere around here. And a Christmas Day shirt. Anyway, that is a good feeling, isn't it? We've all done it. But notice sometimes, even when you're really full, if somebody says, hey, there's pie, your body's like, well, I think I can make room. Here's a fine thing, he said to himself. All these fat little rabbits, and I haven't room inside for even one. Looked at all those fine, fat little rabbits and wished he'd get hungry again. Mind if I stay a while? He asked. We wouldn't even hear of your going, said the rabbits. Then they plumped themselves down in the lion's lap and began to sing songs. Oh my gosh, you know what? One of my favorite things to do is when our granddaughters spend the night, we have karaoke night. And last year, they each got their own microphone. Wait a minute, where's mine? I think mine is around here. I keep it in this drawer after I fully charge it. Sweet Tea's favorite color is purple, so she got a purple one. Sis's favorite color is blue, so she got a blue one. And I got this bad boy. What? I wonder if I could do that. I don't want to turn it on because it'll probably Bluetooth to my phone right now. But when the grand girls spend the night, I know you girls recognize this, we have such a great time. Poor Pops, he probably needs one. He's the only one in our band that doesn't have one. He's usually the DJ though, picking out our music for us. All right, let me put my microphone back. Look at this, keeping it in its case. You always got to put your items away. That way you know where they are, right? Got to take care of your stuff. Singing songs, though, so much fun. You should always take the opportunity to sing. There are some places in this world where people are not allowed to sing openly, and that's heartbreaking. Music should always be a part of your life. So every opportunity that you have, you sing. You sing for them. You sing for those you love. You sing on their behalf. You sing. Let your voice be heard. Don't ever let anybody silence your voice. All right, I'm done again. Enough of the soapbox. Time to get back to reading. And somehow, even when it was time to say goodnight, that lion wasn't one bit hungry. Home he went through the soft moonlight, singing softly to himself. Boy, they really put him in a good mood, didn't they? They sang him songs and they got him in a great mood. What's one of your favorite songs? We're not going to start that again. I'm so sorry. He curled up in his bed, patted his sleek, fat tummy, and smiled. When he woke up in the morning, it was Monday. Time to chase monkeys, said the lion. But he wasn't one bit hungry for monkeys. What he wanted was some more of that tasty carrot stew. So off he went to visit the rabbits. On Tuesday, he didn't want kangaroos. And on Wednesday, he didn't want zebras. He wasn't hungry for bears on Thursday, or camels on Friday, or elephants on Saturday. Look at him sleeping. He's just laying about now, happy as can be. Do you have a favorite soup? What would be my favorite soup? I like zuppa toscana. What else? Fidejo. That's really good. Although is that a soup? I guess it is. No, it's a soup. Why wouldn't I think it's a soup? Chicken noodle soup is pretty good. All the big animals were so surprised and happy. They dressed in their best and went to see the fat little rabbit. Rabbit, they said. Oh, you wonderful rabbit. What in the world did you talk to Tawny Scrawny Hungry Terrible Lion about? fat little rabbit jumped up in the air and said, "Oh my goodness, we had such a good time with that nice, jolly lion that I guess we forgot to talk about anything at all." And before the big animals could say one word, the tawny lion came skipping up the path. He had a basket of berries for the fat rabbit sisters and a string of fresh fish for the fat rabbit brothers and a big bunch of daisies for the fat rabbit himself. "I came for supper," he said, shaking paws all around. Look, see, he brought something. He was a good guest, wasn't he? Brought a little something that's having manners. Then he sat down in the soft grass looking fat as butter, sleek as satin, and jolly as all get out, all ready for another good big supper of carrot stew. I don't think he's scrawny anymore. Look at his little tummy. And he's sitting with the little sister making friends. I love it. I love it. See, this is why it's important to try something that you may not like. Remember what he said? He was so grossed out about the idea of eating carrots too. Now, it's got him bringing presents to go have some. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, that was a really good book. And just in time for a holiday where we're going to be eating and celebrating family and togetherness. And I hope you have a really good time while you're doing that. I can't wait to see you. Remember who you are, where you come from, and that you are loved wholly and unconditionally. That means all of you, no matter what. Take care.